Folks, you must already know about the new Dragon Ball anime, right? It's kind of a canonization, and many believe it to be an acceptable version of Dragon Ball GT. I won't say acceptable because I liked some things in Dragon Ball GT. Some things, I should say. It would be better to call it an enhancement, an improvement anyway. Did you notice that even though it's not canonical, Dragon Ball GT appears in the trailer alongside many other arcs? That wasn't put there for nothing, folks, since it's heavily based on GT. So can we already say that, well, that's it, folks? Come with us to follow this video and learn more. Those of you who followed the Dragon Ball Daima trailer saw that not only Goku became a child, but all the Z Warriors did, following a Dragon Ball GT storyline pattern, but also bringing all the Z Warriors into their childhood state. So, can we affirm that both will have due prominence in the saga? Because they weren't put there for nothing, right? It can't just be padding, considering the effort to bring everyone into this child reality just to abandon them, right? Although Dragon Ball has a lot of that. In your opinion, which characters should stand out, maybe throughout the Dragon Ball saga? For example, Android number 17, who is so important in the Tournament of Power, could be added. Maybe even a movie about him. In my opinion, he's a character who won many hearts. Future Trunks too. Actually, both Trunks and Goten from the present deserved more. Although currently in the manga, they're with Goku and Vegeta on Beerus, the god of destruction's planet, who knows what new things are coming. But taking this into account, let's go back to Dragon Ball Daima, which is based on GT, undoubtedly. Dragon Ball GT brought one of the most beautiful transformations in the Dragon Ball universe, which surpasses many of the current ones. In my opinion, the only one that matches it is Gohan's Super Saiyan 2 and Vegeta's Ultra Ego. Remembering that it's just my opinion. Although Gohan's beast form is also very beautiful, but Super Saiyan 4 brings much of the Saiyan essence. Oozuru, giant apes. Goku even had to go from Oozuru to this form, otherwise, he would be lost. Unlike Vegeta, who can control his Oozuru form, Goku doesn't have that self-control. Let's remember how this transformation in Dragon Ball GT was. For Goku to transform into Super Saiyan 4 for the first time, he had to go through a complex process. Let's explore the details of this transformation. First, Goku needed to transform into a golden Oozuru. This happens when a Saiyan with a tail looks at the full moon and transforms into a giant golden ape. In Goku's case, he had already transformed into a Super Saiyan before. The crucial part was to maintain control over this uncontrolled form of power. Goku managed to master the Golden Oozuru state, which is essential for the next step. After controlling the Golden Oozuru, Goku could combine this form with his Super Saiyan transformation. The result was Super Saiyan 4. The appearance of Super Saiyan 4 is striking. The hair looks different, the body is covered in red fur, and there's a red shadow in the eyes. The aura also changes, losing the arcs of electricity and gaining a flame-like glow. This form is extremely powerful, allowing Goku and other users to perform devastating attacks, such as the 10 times Kamehameha and the final Shine attack. In summary, the transformation into Super Saiyan 4 involved the combination of the humanoid Saiyan with the Golden Oozuru, resulting in an incredibly strong and impressive form. All of this to give rise to an iconic transformation, even though it's not canonical in the Dragon Ball universe. Well, they could put the fact that it's a timeline, maybe the red ribbon traveled between these timelines, or some enemy like Zamasu, bringing chaos to this and the current timeline that will take place in Dragon Ball Daima, which is like an arc introduced in the official sequence. Speaking of the official sequence, let's canonize that by hitting the like button, right? Go ahead and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on every release and trailer, news about Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Daima, and much more. Bringing the subject back into focus, we could indeed have Super Saiyan 4 finally canonized. That's right, based on everything that has already been done in Dragon Ball GT, it would be a great choice to add to Dragon Ball Daima. Not that it needs to be brought in right away, but even if it took a while to appear, maybe during a necessary moment in a final fight, it would be a hype moment and a total explosion of fan excitement. But how would this transformation be? Unlike Dragon Ball GT, where Goku transforms and then returns to being a child, it could be done like breaking a curse. In this case, I think it wasn't Shenlong's wish to change all the Z Warriors into children. It was more like a curse because Shenlong wouldn't have that ability, even with the power boosts he got in the Dragon Ball Z sequences. So it would be even more iconic if before defeating this final villain, Goku in Super Saiyan 4 form could break this curse with his form. Remembering again, not during the transformation, but also after reverting back. But maybe they could adapt part of the transformation since the anime is based on Dragon Ball GT, so this new transformation would also be based on it. It would be great. One of Dragon Ball GT's biggest mistakes was that Vegeta's pride was taken away from him when he needed Bulma's inventions to achieve a transformation. In summary, Vegeta used the Blutz wave generator to activate his tail, transformed into a golden Oozuru, and then combined this form with Super Saiyan to become the impressive Super Saiyan 4. This was totally unnecessary, completely ruining the character in my opinion. But you could argue the following point. But in Dragon Ball Z, Vegeta also needed Babidi to increase his strength. Yes, for sure, but we have different things. Look, in theory, Babidi, the cunning alien wizard, played a crucial role in Vegeta's transformation. Babidi appeared during the Majin Buu arc in Dragon Ball Z. He is actually a copy of an even more powerful being called Babidi, who terrorized many planets with his mystical powers millions of years ago. Babidi didn't create Majin Buu, but he summoned and enslaved him, becoming one of the most destructive forces in the universe. Babidi traveled to Earth with the goal of gathering enough energy to revive Majin Buu. He took advantage of the 25th World Martial Arts Tournament to test the strength of the warriors. His subordinates, Yamu and Spopovich, competed in the tournament but failed to provide enough energy. Babidi killed them personally. In the form of Majin Vegeta, he faced Goku in a no-holds-barred battle. In summary, Babidi manipulated Vegeta, granting him power and awakening his darkest side as Majin Vegeta. This transformation had significant consequences in Dragon Ball Z's history. But going from theory to practice, Vegeta manipulated the wizard to obtain this transformation, making it his achievement, even though he used someone else, like Goku in his Super Saiyan God form. So if Dragon Ball Daima follows this same path, I believe it would be more of the same, and a story like this of pride cannot be destroyed and become canonical. Now, about Super Saiyan 4 that one should and can become. Since we're at this impasse with this transformation, will we see the Oozuru again, since this form was set aside after the Saiyans lost their tails? But bringing the child side, maybe this form will also be more explored. Remembering that, in my opinion, if they introduce Super Saiyan 4 in Dragon Ball Daima, it won't be the same as in Dragon Ball GT, having to go through the Oozuru mode. Although it would be a very good impact, it would be more of the same. It has to bring something new. Maybe going through the transformation like the Super Saiyan 3 form, which changes eyebrows, hair increases, they could indeed have Super Saiyan 4, going through forms of a smaller Oozuru and gaining form without needing to enter that form, if you understand me. A hybrid form, but going through the Oozuru transformation more or less like that. Well, folks, that's all for today. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Comment your theories if you want the same Super Saiyan 4 from Dragon Ball GT, or something different but with the same base, which would be very interesting, right? Stay tuned for the next videos, and until next time.